Text 40. Mataji, please repeat after me. Vishyajya tatra tatra sarvam. That's Mataji. Okay.
Sing on. Vishyajya tatra tatra sarvam.
Kulavalayadikam.
Dukulavaliyadikam.
Nirmarmo nirahankara.
Nirmano nirahankara.
Sanchina ashesha bandhanaha.
Sanchitna shesha bandhanaha.
Vishyajya tatra tatra sarvam.
Vishyajya tatra tatra sarvam.
Kulavalayadikam.
Dukulavaliyadikam.
Nirmamo nirahankara.
Nirmano nirahankara.
Sanchina ashesha bandhanaha.
Sanchitna shesha bandhanaha.
Vishyajya tatra tatra sarvam.
Vishyajya tatra tatra sarvam.
Kulavalayadikam.
Dukulavaliyadikam.
Nirmamo nirahankara.
Nirmano nirahankara.
Nashesha bandhanaha.
Sanchitna bandhana. Vishyajya tatra tatra sarvam. Dukulavaliyadikam. Nirmano nirahankara. Sanchitna shesha bandhana.
Vishyajya tatra tat sarvam dukkulavaliyadikam nirmamo nirahankaraha satchinasesha bandhanaha. Vishyajya tatra tat sarvam dukkulavaliyadikam nirmamo nirahankaraha satchinasesha bandhanaha.
Mataji, mute.
Thank you. Vishvita Tattvarvam Vipulavaliyadikam Nirmamo Nirahankaraha Sanchina Shesha Bandhanaha.
Vishyajya tatra tatra sarvam. Dukulavaliyadikam. Nirmamo nirahankara. Sanchitna shesha bandhana.
Okay. This is synonyms. Vishyajya, relinquishing.
Oh, yes. Vishyajya relinquishing.
Tatra, all those.
Tatra all those.
Tat, that.
That, that.
Sarvam, everything.
Sarvam, everything.
Dukula, belt.
Dukula, belt.
Valaya adikam, and bangles.
Valiyadikam, and bangles.
Nirmamaha, uninterested.
Nirmanaha, uninterested.
Nirahankaraha, unattached.
Nirahankara, unattached.
Sanchina, perfectly cut off.
Sanchina, perfectly cut off.
Ashesha bandhanaha, unlimited attachment.
Ashesha bandhanaha, unlimited attachment.
Translation. Maharaj Yudhishthira at once relinquished all his garments, belt, and ornaments of the royal order and became completely disinterested and unattached to everything. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Shri Krishna.
To become purified of material contamination is a necessary qualification for becoming one of the associates of the Lord. No one can become an associate of the Lord or can go back to Godhead without such purification. Maharaj Yudhishthira, therefore, to become spiritually pure, at once gave up his royal opulence, relinquishing his royal dress and garments. The kashaya, or saffron loincloth of a sannyasi, indicates freedom from all attractive material garments, and thus he changed his dress accordingly. He became disinterested in his kingdom and family, and thus became became free from all material contamination or material designation. People are generally attached to various kinds of designations. The designations of family, society, country, occupation, wealth, position, and many others. As long as one is attached to such designations, he is considered materially impure. The so-called leaders of men in the modern age are attached by national consciousness. They do not know that such false consciousness is also another designation of the materially conditioned. One has to relinquish such designations before one can become eligible to go back to Godhead. Foolish people adore such men who die in national consciousness. But here is an example of Maharaj Yudhishthir, a royal king who prepared himself to leave this world without such national consciousness. And yet, he is remembered even today because he was a great pious man, almost on the same level with the personality of God, Shiva. And because people of the world were dominated by such pious kings, they were happy in all respects. And it was quite possible for such great emperors to rule. So let's do the translation one more time. Please repeat after me. Maharaj Yudhishthir at once relinquished all his garments,
Maharaj Yudhishthir at once relinquished all his garments,
belt and ornaments of the royal order,
belt and ornaments of the royal order,
and became completely disinterested
and became completely disinterested
and unattached to everything.
and unattached to everything.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, can you increase the volume of your mic, please?
Okay, let's see. I don't know how to do that. Is it coming too soft?
No, you have to come closer. Now it's very good when you come
Good.
closer.
Okay. All right. So let me know if it stops being audible. No use finishing my class and nobody can hear it. So thank you, Mataji, and please remind me if it goes down again. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm going to try my earphones in case it helps. Okay, is this better?
It's perfect.
Oh, good, thank you. Okay, so let's get started. It's mentioned before with this verse in the Srimad Bhagwatam that as soon as Lord Krishna left this planet, Kali took over with all his bad qualities and effects. But Maharaj Yudhishthir's decision to retire and prepare himself to go back home, back to Godhead, was not due to his fear of the age of Kali. Because he was a great devotee of the Lord, not afraid of the Kali, the age of Kali at all. He actually, like the Pandavas, other Pandavas, is an eternal associate of the Lord, and therefore is more interested in the company of the Lord than anything else. Besides that, being an ideal king, Maharaj Yudhishthira wanted to retire just to set an example for others to retire timely and dedicate the rest of their life to seek spiritual realization and go back home, back to God. The message is that one should not rot in the dark well of a household life until one is dragged out of here, this material world, I should say this planet Earth, by the will of Yamraj. So don't wait for Yamraj to take us away. Do something before that. And so Maharaj Yudhishthira got ready to go back to Godhead. The first thing he did was place his grandson Maharaj Parikshit on the throne of Hastinapur and Vajra, the great grandson of Lord Krishna, as the king of Mathura, and then accepted sannyas. Actually, in our history, if you go back to the Srimad Bhagwatam, there are many similar examples of kings renouncing their thrones. One of the first ones that comes to mind is King Indrajumna, the famous king who got cursed by Agastya Muni and took the next birth as an elephant, famously known as Gajendra. We also know about King Bharat, who gave up his empire and took sannyas and went to the village, to the forest, to basically go back home, back to Bharat. We know that those two stories very well. On the other hand, modern politicians like Donald Trump and Joe Biden before him don't wish to retire from active life, even when they're in their late 70s or early 80s. But Yudhishthira Maharaj, as an ideal king, voluntarily retired from active administrative life simply to prepare himself for the next life with Krishna. Now, when you think about it, King Yudhishthira had no opposition in his kingdom. He could have ruled much longer without anyone challenging his power. But he was no longer interested because he was not attached to his kingdom. As long as Krishna was here, fine. Krishna leaves, he wants to leave. And we'll come back to that point in a minute. So really the message is that everyone's life should be so arranged that at the last stage of life, we can be absolutely devoted to the devotional service of the Lord to attain the highest perfection of life. When you think about it, it's merely foolishness to engage oneself in all the days of one's life in material enjoyment, fruitive activities. Because as long as the mind remains absorbed in fruitive work for material enjoyment, there's no chance of getting out of conditioned life. Or let's say material bondage.